Chai, my people, this country no balance, so it no balance at all at all. Anyway, I don't blame them. Femi Falana has said it all. I watched an interview where Femi Falana was saying that you do not arrest important personality in Nigeria, that Nigeria is a class society. You guys saw how, despite the fact that the former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello was accused of stealing billions upon billions of naira, you see how he strode into EFCC's office. In fact, all this while that the EFCC has, declared him wanted, they did not go to his house to arrest him. He never was arrested. He only gave up himself when he was ready. The first time he gave up himself, he strode into EFCC's office and then he strode out without getting arrested, nothing. And then this time around, he also strode back into the EFCC headquarters right there in Abuja. Although the EFCC, they claim that they arrested him, but we all know that that is a lie, a blatant lie, because we saw the video where or pictures, where he strode into the EFCC headquarters in Abuja, whereas somebody who was only accused of defaming an individual, Afe Babalola, is put in handcuffs. He's put in handcuffs, his two hands handcuffed in front of him. Now, this is somebody that has not even been declared guilty by a court of law. This is just defaming. What if he killed somebody? What if this is a murder case? What would they do? God do. Femi Falana has said it. This is a class society. Nigeria is a class society. You are being treated differently when you're rich, when you have the money, when you are in government, when you're a politician. You belong to the who is who class. The way they would treat you is very different. Femi Falana went further to say that the police do not just barge into the houses of rich people to arrest them. They write you a letter and say that, please, can you come to our office? And then you let them know if you are going to be chanced. You let them know that you are coming on that day. But if you have another engagement, you write to them and say that you are not going to be chanced on that day. You are going to come on a later date, imagine. But whereas for commoner like us, or like Farotimi, they just barge into your house and abduct you. Imagine the Nigerian police all the way from Ekiti here. They went to Lagos State, barged into his house, arrested him and, took him back to Ekiti State. And today he's been asked to pay the sum of 50 million naira for bail. You can imagine that. But anyway, I have more interesting details on this news for you guys in the rest of this video. Before we go into the details, if this is your first time here or you have not subscribed to this channel, please kindly subscribe. Like this video, also leave your opinions in the comment section below as well. Photos of Dele Farotimi in handcuffs while Yahaya Bello walked majestically upset Nigerians. There has been an uproar after a picture of human rights lawyer Dele Farotimi in handcuffs surfaced on the internet. Many people have expressed their disgust at the actions of Nigerian security operatives and their handling of cases and individuals involved. One of the viral photos showed former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, smiling and walking majestically in the company of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission without handcuffs, despite facing 110 billion naira fraud and money laundering charges. Although Bello had, on several occasions, failed to comply with a court order demanding he appear before the court, after he finally made himself available, he was not treated like a criminal. Farotimi, who was accused of defaming Afe Babalola, was illegally abducted to Ekiti State, where he was detained for several days before being sent to court in handcuffs after several demands for his release. As a result of a backlash, an Ekiti State Magistrates Court granted Farotimi a 50 million naira bail and adjourned the case to January 2025. These two photos have sparked widespread reactions in Nigeria as they bring the country's justice system into question. Recall that Farotimi was arrested in Lagos by police operatives who stormed his office premises in search of him, harassing members of his staff. He was then taken to Ekiti State, where he continued to be detained following a petition filed by Afe Babalola. As a result, many people have expressed disappointment at the arrest of a human rights lawyer, demanding his release and planning to protest if the police continue to hold Farotimi. Here are some reactions from Shegun Oladejo says, Nigeria and its corrupt criminal judicial system, tale of a rich and the truth. Temi says, except playing out from the book, right in our face, the Nigeria and its criminal justice system. The system of administration of impunity has assured that members of the ruling class are rarely ever held to account for their serial crimes against the victims of their misrule, but the victims are never spared the harshness of the laws devoid of equity. Simon Cole says, this picture says a whole lot about the decadence in our security apparatus and the judiciary. The common man no longer has hope. Of course, if someone like, we cannot even call Farotimi a commoner like that, but if someone like him can go through such treatment at the hands of the Nigerian police, imagine a commoner like me and you. Like me and you, imagine a commoner, pata, like me and you. What would now happen if Dele Farotimi could, be handled like that, if his case could be handled like that? Moving on, Arakunrin says, a criminal who has stolen a state's property walks free while someone accused of defamation is handcuffed, a picture that reflects the nation's judicial system's failure. All of these politicians, all of these high-ranking individuals in the society, people like Afe Babalola, people like Kayode Egbetokun that has turned himself into an instrument in the hands of politicians, they forget that this life is so fragile and that change is the only constant thing. Let them go and ask Ifeanyi Uba, let them ask Lagbaja, how is life up there? Can they take all of their properties, all of the property that they've accumulated while on earth? Can they take the property to where they are today? Of course not. Of course not. No matter the amount of influence you have on earth, no matter the amount of property you are able to amass, legally or illegally, you cannot take anyone to your gravesite. They cannot bury you with any property. They cannot. The Muslim religion is even is even worse. A bit Christian, they can use coffee to bury you. Muslim religion is just cloth. They will just wrap you in cloth and throw you in the grave. That is it. The story has ended. I hope that all of these people that see themselves as high and mighty, this demigod, I hope that they change very soon. If not, Karma is watching. Karma is waiting for you. Thank you all for always listening and watching. This is where I'm going to draw the curtain for now, guys. I will see you in my next video.